She's been conferred with the title Professor of Eating Disorders, Body Image and Mental Health. A first for the University of the West Indies. Professor Carol James has a chat with us now. Good morning.
Good morning.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And welcome.
Thank you.
I was saying to you off air that I was very happy because it means that we are recognizing the importance of things like eating disorders, body image, and mental health. Really, how important is that to us in this society?
Extremely important, especially in the Jamaican society, well, in the Caribbean at large, because there have been, beliefs that Black people don't suffer from body image issues. And we've had persons who have been suffering for some time and have been neglected. And so this is quite relevant to our population, and also in terms of the stigma that's attached to mental illnesses. So we would like to be able to have more conversations, especially since COVID and, the struggles that many have had. And I think we can all attest to it, like the social isolation and how it has impacted or mental health. So it's quite relevant right now.
Also the inextricable link between all the areas. So it's it's a mental health that manifests in the body dysmorphia and the eating disorders and the body image. All it's like the arrows go.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And that's what
so they're all connected.
Yeah,
yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So how did you get into this field of study? Why this lane?
Okay, so when I was doing my PhD at the University of the West Indies, I encountered a patient who was admitted to the ward. Her diagnosis was anorexia nervosa, and I was very much interested in treating her. However, I didn't have the skills or the tools to do so, but I wanted to talk to her. And when I went to the ward the following day, she wasn't there because her parents had moved her to overseas to get, specialized care. And I decided that, this is an area that I needed to equip myself with. So even though we frequently saw that sort of admission on the ward, I felt like, it was my duty to educate myself as to how to treat
When you move a patient overseas, there's a cultural context?
There is.
Right.
And then there are challenges and barriers that come with having a different culture.
Yeah. You said infrequently, but I'm wondering if it's infrequent because people don't report it or people don't understand that is what's happening?
Those are factors that possibly could affect it as well, because since we've been back, and that's myself and Dr. Abigail Harrison, we both received treatment in the area of eating disorders. And since we've been back, we've been, educating the public about body image concerns and how that can lead to eating disorders. And we've had our conferences, etc. And people have been reaching out to us because of this information that we've been giving.
I'm sitting here listening to you and I'm saying, Jamaica people have a way, them are the first to talk about. I'm very happy that you're doing it because they're the first to tell you. You just say I want too much weight, or get some.
Right.
So body image is body image is a real issue here.
It is a real issue here.
What are you finding amongst your patients? So you mentioned anorexia nervosa, which is what?
Anorexia nervosa, which has to do with starvation. So because the individual isn't having enough nutrition, they are significantly underweight.
And they're not eating because?
They're not eating because they're trying to get this particular body ideal. So once, people are looking at the media, they're looking at Instagram, etc. You're seeing all of these different body ideals that are coming up. And then society gives the impression that if you were to achieve this body ideal, then it will fix all of your issues on the inside. So you're going to be happy, you're going to be successful, and all of that. So it makes sense why people will gravitate towards that. But that doesn't allow them to address their inner issues.
And anorexia will kill you?
It will.
Bulimia?
Bulimia nervosa, yes.
Okay,
so this is when we move between the restrictive behaviors and binging. So the restriction can be through the dieting, and it's not sustainable. So what will happen is that when the individual restricts, eventually they get to a place of losing control with food and gorging a lot of food in a short amount of period. So once they realize that there's a lot of guilt associated with it, and then they go back to trying to get rid of it. And then there's another category, binge eating disorders. And this is where you find individuals will binge, but they won't engage in weight compensatory behaviors. So you'll see like obesity, you'll see heart conditions associated with...
Because the food becomes their source of comfort.
Yes.
And companionship and therapy.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
So for parents, how do parents detect this in there? Are you seeing, is it more younger people, or do you find
it's typically more younger people. So during young girls, but I don't want us to forget the young boys as well. Yes, because in a survey that we did, we found that 23% of adolescent girls are at a clinically significant range of disordered eating behaviors. However, for the males, we have 16%. So it's not that far. And international studies are showing, because it starts with body dissatisfaction, international studies are showing more recently that we don't have any difference between males and females. So I don't want us to neglect the males, but we typically find that it's more prevalent among females.
Wow, one day we'll talk about the BBLs.
Yeah.
Dying to Be Beautiful Symposium, before we run out of time, you're hosting that in December?
Yes, December 6th to 8th. And it is to bring awareness to body image and eating disorders, certainly since we've gotten back, as I mentioned, years ago, but also to bring awareness to mental health. And we have several speakers. We've taken a very creative approach because, there are different methods that you can use to take care of your mental health, but it starts with awareness. And then we have the different plenaries that will allow us to get some tips as to how to take care of ourselves. So mental performance, we have people speaking about skin bleaching, we have workshops, we have scientific papers. So we complement it with the science and practice as well.
Lots of work to be done here, Doc. Thank you so much.
You're most welcome.
Professor of Eating Disorders, Body Image and Mental Health at UWI, Carol James.
Yeah. Thanks, Prof. Morning, Dr. Abby, wherever you are. I'm sure you're watching this morning. All right, folks, so take a break on Smile. There's more on the other side. So